Hi guys, welcome to Triple Trouble Video.
Okay, in this video we are going to show you how to do Disneyland on a budget. Paris on a budget.
That way, the reason why I was talking like that is because I was laughing.
Because she's a...
Because I was about to laugh.
Because she's a goblin.
Wait, she's a goblin! She's a goblin!
Since when was I a goblin?
Next!
Are you ready?
Hi guys, welcome back to Triple Trouble. So, get ready for a magical adventure at Disneyland Paris without breaking the bank. We've got some budget-friendly tips and tricks to make your trip extra special. It is no secret that Disneyland Paris is an expensive trip, but there are ways to make it more manageable without sacrificing any of the magic. Firstly, plan your visit during off-peak seasons to take advantage of lower prices and shorter queues. Good months for these are usually 2 weeks into January through to March and September. If you go at Halloween or Christmas time, this tends to be extremely busy, and obviously the prices reflect this. Avoid public holidays such as Easter and school vacations if you can. This also includes French school holidays, so please check these before you book. These also tend to be quieter, so double bonus. You can also save money on accommodations by staying outside the park. Disneyland have a few partner hotels which tend to be cheaper. Many of these hotels offer shuttle services, making it convenient and cost effective. The hotels at Disney are ranked in budget, so the likes of Davy Crockett and Cheyenne are the kindest of budgets, whilst Marvel Hotel and Disneyland Hotel are the more expensive end. Now, let's talk about tickets. This only really applies if you're in Paris anyway and want to go for a day trip or a 2-day trip. Purchase them online in advance. These often open up different discounts and you can avoid queues once at the park. These queues can get quite long, so it's always better to book in advance. More often than not, the package deals available direct through Disney end up cheaper than separate bookings. So your hotel and your park ticket, for example, together will end up cheaper than purchasing them individually. Don't forget, if you are entitled, anyone with appropriate disability documentation is entitled to 25% discount on a 1-day 1-park or a 1-day 2-park ticket. With the official document that's accepted by Disneyland stating the disability on the day of the visit. There are a long list of these documents that are accepted, which I can pin down in the comments. The same benefit is also applied for their companion. However, it does often end up cheaper to buy a package as standard. More information on this will be available in our accessibility video that's to come soon. I have such a problem saying that word, and it's probably the word I use most than anything else. Accessibility. That'll be here soon. As with most holidays, food can take a massive amount out of your budget, but no worries, we've got you covered with a couple of tips. Our biggest hack, which is probably an obvious one to most, is packing your own snacks and water bottles to keep the hunger at bay. For our snacks, we do this at home before the holiday so that we aren't wasting precious time shopping. Snack bags are our absolute saviours. So we make them just into simple sandwich bags from places like B&M Home Bargains, and these snack packs can ease the time when queuing and save you a fortune in snacks. But this is an idea of what we bring. We bring enough for the day in one bag, and we find that it helps immensely because we're forever ratching for biscuits and crisps in our bags, and this just makes it a lot easier, and you know who's had what. But you are in France after all, so a crepe or a waffle once or twice is mandatory. You will find water fountains throughout the park. There are lots and lots of them, and they're usually found not far from the bathrooms. What we do is we bring the little squeezy squash bottles that you can get from Aldi or Morrison's, and these are a great way of not spending a fortune on bottles of pop. Remember, you cannot bring picnics into Disney, but you can bring a couple of croissants or baguettes from breakfast in your rucksack, or a couple of cans of Coke for the well-needed sugar rush. Dining at Disney is a never-ending ordeal. We have a full video on that coming soon. The most budget-friendly way to do it is to opt for quick service restaurants or food carts for affordable dining options. If you are planning to eat at buffet-style restaurants or table service restaurants, then check to see if you will save money with a meal plan. If you are on a meal plan, buffet restaurants or table service restaurants will ensure you don't lose out on money. Cheaper options are available in Disney Village, such as McDonald's or Earl of Sandwich, but it is a fair trek back up to the village when you've already done like a million steps. Weather. So we always get caught out on this, no matter how many times we remind ourselves. So don't forget to bring your own rain ponchos and sun lotions. Rain ponchos you can buy from Amazon in bulk, and they don't take up much packing space. You can just squish them underneath everything else. And obviously sun lotion goes without saying. That way you won't have to splurge on expensive souvenirs that you could have avoided. Mickey ears also falls under this category, obviously not weather, but you can buy them in advance on Amazon, on Etsy, Vinted, eBay even, and you can buy lots of different styles. At the park they average at about €25 per set of ears. And obviously that money could go into something way more useful and something you'll use again at home. So obviously you're going to want to remember this amazing trip, so bring your own camera or phone instead of paying for professional photo packages. You can capture these magical moments for free. However, if you plan to purchase a minimum of 3 or more of these for souvenirs, check out DLP's Photo Pass. You can purchase the Photo Pass in advance when you book a hotel and tickets package, or at certain boutiques throughout the parks and the hotels during your trip. The card is valid for 10 days from date of purchase, so it's not just per day, and the cost of this is around €75. The photos to purchase individually are usually around €13. This covers all character meets, rides and interaction photos and magic spots around the park. A handy little tip for character meets and your time at Mickey's house or the Princess Pavilion. We usually ask the cast member to take our phone and take videos for us. The reason I say videos is because obviously phones can be quite temperamental and you may not get a good shot and you don't want to lose out on that memory. Is we take the video and then we take screenshots of the photos from that video ourselves. Obviously we have to have videos doing what we do, but we do find we get a different range of photos this way, and often moments that the photographer may not get. Next up is taking advantage of the free entertainment options there are at Disneyland, and there are so many. There are parades, character meet and greets, and spectacular shows throughout the day, which is what we're going to touch on now. When booking online, it often prompts you to guarantee your access to these shows. For example, The Lion King. In our experience, there is zero need to spend this extra money. What we do is we turn up to these shows around 30 minutes prior to it beginning, and we're always fine. We allow 1 hour for busier periods, and for really popular shows like Frozen, that one's a difficult one, so if you're going at a busier period, maybe go an hour and a half beforehand and you'll get in. No extra cost, just endless fun and a good chance to get warm or cool or rest your legs during a busy. The next big spend for us, no matter how many times we go, is always souvenirs. So, if you're like us, chances are you'll be lured into making some impulse purchases in the park, especially if you're going with children. Before you go, set a maximum budget for souvenirs and limit the number and the size of the items you buy so that you don't end up having to buy an extra bag and pay for additional luggage on the return trip. Just to hold your Elsa costume boots, Lion King cushion, or your, Lego Home Alone set. If your children already have Disney costumes, bring them with you so they aren't pestered into buying duplicates whenever they see other kids dressed up. Disney dresses in Disneyland, it seems like a obvious idea, but honestly, when your kids wear Disney dresses or Marvel costumes or even a Captain Hook costume, the cast members really do make a fuss of them. The amount of times that the girls are curtsied to or said, "Hello, princess, welcome back," when they're walking into the park, is countless. And honestly, it just puts a smile on their face that you can't get anywhere else. It is so magical. Another little cheat from us is to purchase Disney souvenirs before your trip. It doesn't seem all that magical, but it will when you're saving £30 on a teeny tiny little Dumbo teddy bear that you could have got in Primark. We often give the kids these whilst we're on holiday as little gifts or in the car on the way there. And then we save our budget for one big souvenir at the end of your trip rather than, 30 during the whole time, and then you're looking at buying that extra bag. Primark and Asda are great places for these, and you can also get lovely things like pajamas and clothes and all the rest of it. So we often bulk up on that kind of stuff. Not necessarily a money saving hack, but the Disneyland Paris app is a great way to maximize your trip. It's free and it can tell you how to best plot your way around the different rides, check wait times, and it also lets you order food, buy fast access passes to shows and attractions, and you can also start your Disney hotel check-in if you're staying there. So another thing we constantly get caught out on is pushchairs. So you automatically assume if you have a little one, then you're going to need a pushchair. Some people hire them, but we find that hiring them on site is quite honestly extortionate. The deposit, I think, is €250, and you get that back when you return it. But you can only rent it per day, so you have to keep going back and back and back. They're not very comfortable. They don't have a shade or a rain cover, or I don't think they even have a basket, to be honest. So yeah, we've been caught out a few times, and although you assume that your slightly bigger one won't need it, for example, Robin is nearly 6, and we often find we still need it. The walking is extensive at Disneyland, and it's not something you want to be caught short on, because an angry 6-year-old is not a fun 6-year-old. Thank you so much again for coming to watch this video. We really hope these tips help. If you have any top tips on how you get around your trips, then please let us know in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more magical adventures. See ya!